Hey world, welcome into my little cross-stitch corner of the internet where I chat about all things cross-stitching, maybe some crochet, some sewing, so whatever crafty little thing, but 90 some percent is cross-stitch. So my name is Sheila. I go by the Crow River Stitcher here on YouTube and over on Instagram. And then I have an Etsy shop where I sell project bags, and that's called She's So Sassy. I'll leave links for everything down there. And I had a little hiatus. I wasn't doing it bags for a couple months, and I just restocked the last week and a half, 2 weeks. I've been adding every few days some more bags. So if you guys are in the market for some bags, head on over. And thank you all who have purchased from me, have been repeat purchasers. Just like, thank you so much. I love making bags and having fun, like fabrics and embroideries to go with the bag of in your projects. So hopefully you find something over there. All right. So today is what? Flosstube number 14, and it is November 15th, I believe it is. So half of November is gone. Like, wow. I know everybody talks about how time flies, but every year that goes by, the older I get, it's so much quicker. Remember sitting in high school and you're just sitting in class and you're, looking up the clock, and then you're like, dozing off, and then all of a sudden you're like, okay, it has to be like 20 minutes. There's got to be like 2 minutes left of the class. And you look back up and it's like 3 minutes have gone by and you're like, are you kidding me? How come time cannot stand still like it did in high school? That would be something. All right. So let's see. Fully finishes. I don't have any fully finishes this time. I have finishes, but I haven't got around to fully finishing them. So I have 2 finishes, and one's like, I still need to put the beads on. So can I call it a finish? It's fully stitched finish and beads are next. So it is the Thankful Notes by Shepherd's Bush. Oh, shoot, my board is under here. I do this every time. You would think I would learn. I shimmy, shimmy, cocoa pop. Oh, no, it's gonna get wrinkly. Stand by, technical difficulties. All right, let's grab this. Okay, here we go. Cut. So Shepherd's Bush, and this is the Thankful Notes. They have a whole series. It's called the Notes series. I'm not sure how many there are, maybe about 10-ish or so. And I did spooky notes for Halloween, and then this was the Thankful Notes. I think maybe it would be easier for that. Okay. So this is on the called for, oh, shoot. And it's backwards. You got to see the back of my work, which is not always so lovely. This one isn't bad. I carry occasionally. All right, let's try this again. The beginning of people who do these floss tubes, there's so much work that goes into them, like prepping and getting things, and you're trying to remember them all in your head, because I'm horrible at writing things down. I really should write things down, but then I'm the type of person who writes things down and then forgets the note somewhere. Like, I make a whole grocery list, and then I'm like in the grocery store, I'm like, oh crap, that's sitting on the kitchen counter. So half the time that I try to prepare, it's futile. Okay, Thankful Notes. Here it is. 40 count. No. Oh my goodness. It is not 40 count. I usually work on 40 count. Do I start this video over? Or are you guys just going to roll with the punches? Dang it. I will list what I used. It is the called for. So if you end up purchasing it and see the back of it, it's the called for, which I think is 32-ish. Yeah, it's not 28, 32. And this time around, I did one strand. Shepherd Bush calls for like one strand on 32 for a lot of their projects. And I did 2 strands for the spooky notes, which turned out fine, but I was like, oh, I want to try just the 1 strand that they call for. And I really, really liked how it came out. The coverage is still great, and it's so much easier using just 1 strand. So I will continue. I have a few more of these notes throughout the year, so I will continue just to do the 1 strand. So, and the buttons, which are like little charms, comes in a little pack, and it's got like a little pumpkin and an acorn and a heart. So I just have to throw those on, and then I'm going to put it in a little 4x6 frame. These measure out perfectly in like a 4x6. So if you do all these and see, 4x6, you can find that everywhere, different fun colors and all kinds of stuff. I just found this wood one at Marshall's. I always want to say TJ Maxx, but ours is a Marshall's. So that will be done next time around, fully finished. And then the other finish that I did, it's from, I'm trying to do this so it doesn't glare. Okay, Waxing Moon Designs, and this is called Bittersweet Trio. And it has little squirrel, the fox, and a crow. And I chose to do the squirrel. I had big hopes and dreams that I'd get them all done for fall. Well, you know how that goes. So I did do the squirrel. And this is on 28 count. I have this here. 28 count natural brown linen. And it's 2 strands. I used the DMC conversion, and they do call for fancy floss in Weeks Dye Works, and I really wish I would have got the fancy floss in the pumpkin and the squirrel. It would have gave a lot more dimension. The other colors, there's so little of it that not to me, it wouldn't be worth the extra cost in the fancy floss. But definitely the pumpkin needs some variegation, and that squirrel would have really benefited from some variegation. So if I do the crow and the fox, or when I do the crow and the fox, because they are adorable, for next fall, I will get the fancy floss that they call for. So it gives a little bit more dimension. You can get away with a lot of DMC for a lot of projects, but there are a few that really benefit from the fancy floss, like the overdyed, just the variegation, especially when you get a big block of this and it's such a small design that's your eye is just drawn to these 2 big elements, and they're a little flat with just the DMC. So if you were to get this, I would recommend getting at least, the majority. Like the little ones aren't a big deal. And I did mess up, just gonna let you know, but I had to kind of copy my mess up on the other side. So it all came out in the wash. So this I'm gonna do up to a pillow. Yeah, the Thankful I'm putting in a frame. This one I'm gonna do in a little pillow. This would be really cute in a frame too. But I think if I'm gonna do all 3, it'd be cute to have all 3 in a little display. So those are my 2 finishes. And so my whips that I have been working on, my Sunday stitch, also known as my birthday stitch. You guys will see this every week, because every Sunday I will pull this out as long as I stitch on that Sunday, unless something's coming up and I don't have time to stitch. But I pretty much make time daily. There might be 1 day a week that I don't. Maybe once every 2 weeks. I mean, for the majority of the time, it's every day a stitch. So Elizabeth Weston, 1830, Hands Across the Sea. This big mama jama, big lady. And this one is huge. Like, it's a blanket. Like, the heat goes out, I'll just cover myself in the winter time with this. So this is Truffle by Picture This Plus. All right. Ooh, I think I'm halfway across. Oh, no, a little more than halfway across. I think right around here was the halfway marker. So, okay. This is all being done in silks, the Soie d'Alger silks. And the only one I substitute was a DMC, the 831. It's one of these greens in the border and the green here. Because the Soie d'Alger 525 and 526 were almost identical, I didn't see enough variegation or differentiation. I didn't notice a difference. Try to use the big words and they just don't come out right. Meh. So, yeah. Substitute the one DMC in place of the 525, the lighter of the two. And yeah, love this color. It's more pinky in person. Like, this just is not showing up at all. It looks more brown pink in here, but it is more like pink. But everything just pops off really good. You can see there's a lot of cream, and it shows up much better in person than it does in video, and it'll be just fine. I wish I could just capture the colors of this because it's so much prettier in person. So, but like I said, you guys will see this plenty, and it's a monster. I was hoping to get it done in a year by my next birthday so I could start a new birthday start, but I might just have to start a new birthday start and continue working on this because I really doubt that I'll get it done in a year. Even working on it, like, I pull it out on Sundays and sometimes I carry over into Monday since it's out and I'm having a great time on it. So usually for sure 1 day a week, but sometimes 2 days a week, and that's just not enough for it. It's like 400 by 400, and there's just, yeah, I don't know. We'll see how long it takes, but I'm enjoying it immensely. All right, the next one, and I forgot the chart. It's out in the shop, but it is Prairie Schooler November, and I'm doing all the months. This is 40 count lamb's wool, 40 count lamb's wool, and it's about half done, maybe a little more than half done. There's a bunch of trees and, you know, all this will get filled in. So, and then there's some pheasants down here. So I could pop a picture of what it's going to look like. I forgot it, but this should, well, if I work on it, it should be done by the end of this month. But if not, it'll just be ready for next year's November. So I'm really enjoying it. It's just the DMC, 1 strand over 2 on 40 count. And I think lamb's wool are the chart calls for 32 count, I think. But because I'm doing them in that frame, a little calendar cubby, I'm doing it smaller on the 40. All right, the next one is, hopefully that's not too, it is Theresa Kogut Beauty Fades. And this I started for my mom. She loved yellow roses, and there's just yellow roses all across the top up here. And this is on 46 count. It's my first 46 I've ever done. And it is the called for, which I believe is weeks, not cocoa. Dang it. I cut it off. Oh, I'm not very prepared today. It's dark. It's darker than the 40. The 46 is even darker, but I'll write it down in the notes. I'm sorry. I'm just not on my A game today. But just It's a band sampler, as you saw, and I'm just kind of working my way down and over. Got bored with the roses, so I have one more to fill up here, and I'm like, oh, I want to do some of these, so that is where I am there. Super pretty. This one I'm super excited to finish. Like, well, I'm excited to get to the girl. She's coming up pretty quickly. And then the house is down there. It's just a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous sampler. All right. I feel like I'm flying. Speaking of flying, the next one is, I think I have my phone backwards this today. So the Map of Hare Hollow, and by Cottage Garden Sampling. Cottage House Samplings. Cottage House, not the garden. Carriage. Carriage House Samplings. Map of Hare Hollow. You know, it's written in bold black and white, and I still mess it up. All right. One of my favorites. Absolutely. Every time I'm like, what should I work on? I'm always like, I should work on that. And like, no, I've already worked on that. But this was my leap year start. I started the end of February. And this is on 36 count. Fiber on a Whim Dunes. And, ooh. There it is. I paused for dramatic effect, but yeah, it's coming along great. I think I worked on, well, yep, finished the city hall, did some more down and through here, went up and through here. Just meander. This is like a fun meandering. So many different motifs, great colors. Love this one. So yeah, it's coming. Yeah, the end you can see is the sun is the end here. So we're getting there. I don't know. Yeah, this one will be sad when I'm done with this, but I still have a lot to go. And I'm in no hurry because it's a new year or a leap year, and the next one isn't in another 3 years, so we're good to go. The next one I worked on is Anne Thomas, 1854. And this is from Hands Across the Sea, which if I could only do one designer, like they put a law out there, be like, you could only pick one designer, no more, it'd be Hands Across the Sea. Hands down. It'd be hard because there's so many great ones out there, but if I had to pick, that would be that. All right, this is on 40 count, Fox and Rabbit, Up in the Attic. And there we go. I just started making my way down. I think last time I had messed up a little bit, and these don't line up perfectly. And I think in the chart they're supposed to. So I could rip this out. But I was just going to see if it really bothers me. I mean, I don't know. You could see there's like, I think it's one or two off. I might end up coming back and just redoing just this section here. But all this is on schedule. And yeah, the colors really pop off up in the attic. I love the light. The flowers are gorgeous. Very confetti heavy. This is a slower process because if you look up at the flowers, there's so many color changes. Constant color changes. In through here, not too bad. No, I think at all the green, and there's a few that aren't constant changing, but this is a pretty heavy changing color. So it's, you know, so worth it though. Look at that. So pretty. I love that. You can see I'm a page worker. Sometimes I'll creep into the next page if I think there's just a couple, you know, like 1 or 2 left of that color. But if it's a big change, or then I'll just leave it for next time. All right, and then the next one is also on Up in the Attic by Fox and Rabbit, also 40 count. And this is the Mystery Sal from Theresa Kogut in her Patreon in tier 4. The top, yeah, you have to be in the top tier to access this. So this will be a 2-year Sal, and we are coming, well, yeah, we're coming up on almost a year. It started January, so today just came out this section, and then one more section for December, and we will be at the halfway mark. So then there'll be another full year of stitching. So we're almost halfway there already. This one is really fun if you love block stitching, you know, like heavy block stitching, where it's just, I mean, there's a few houses in here that you have to pay attention to with the color, like some bricks. But the majority of what I've had to stitch so far is mostly just solid house colors. And then, you know, it's mostly all DMC. She will throw in, as she goes along, she's like, oh, you know, I did this house in a fancy floss. But I'm just sticking with all the DMC, and it's just going to be, it's going to be fun. So yeah, today the next section just came out, and I have been up to date every month. I think I have not been behind at all. This is one Sal I'm sticking with. And yeah, I would say each section takes me about 3 days to complete. So that's not overly it's not a big commitment. Yeah, it's about 3 good stitching sessions to complete the month's worth of work. All right, so I had 2 starts, 2 smaller starts. Well, one small and one fairly small. One was planned and one was just on a whim, because I had bought it. I had got the chart for my birthday, and I have been like, every few nights I crawl into bed and I think about stitching. I'm like, I want to start that chart. And I'm like, no, Sheila, just wait. And then I'm like, no, it's like that one has just been calling me. So I'll show you that one after this one. So the one I had planned was with my friend Leah. Her and I wanted to start by Most Wonderful by Shakespeare's Peddler. And this one just is a small little pillow, super cute. And started this one Monday? I think Monday. Yeah, today's Friday. Yeah, I started this one, I think Monday or Tuesday. And it's on 40 count vintage country mocha. It calls for flax, I believe. Oh no, it calls for natural tea bag wabi sabi linen, which I think is kind of hard to find. And so I have a big hunk of vintage country mocha, and it works great. This is ecru across here, and you could see it. You could definitely see it more in person, but like, yeah, it pops enough. In the snowman, you can see pops, but this one is just great. I did iron this, but I'll have to like really iron it because my little oval hoop left quite the impression. I don't know if I like that hoop. Yeah, I don't think I do, but because I did press it probably just needs steam. I usually just use a dry press on most of it whenever I'm pressing. And I know some people don't like pressing. Yeah, nope, okay. I was like, oh, did this mar it? But no, it just didn't iron out very well. So a little steam, no problem. Super cute. I love these all these little packages down here, and then they'll have little hanger strings for back stitch, but that should be done. I'm almost done with that. A few nights. So I think I've worked on it the last three nights or 4 nights. Every night. This has just been one I've wanted to work on. So because, oh, I know. It's November, and I started stitching a year ago November. So it is my 1-year anniversary of cross stitching. And so I have no winter or Christmas finishes from last year because I just started stitching, and so I wanted to really get this done so I'll have my very first Christmas decoration from cross stitching in my house, and this will be it because it is the most wonderful time of the year. All right, so this is the one that I have been just dreaming about. And it's Minnesota. It's from the Primitive Hare. It is an exclusive from Welcome Stitchery in Blue Earth, Minnesota. So I had made a road trip down there my birthday weekend. My daughter, my husband, and I, we rode down and purchased this. And Primitive Hare, and it's Etoile De Nord, which means, I think, the North Star in French, which I don't know why Minnesota has French, because we don't have a big French. I didn't think we had a big French immigrant here. We had a lot of like Eastern Europe, more immigrants that came here, but I don't think we had a big French population. So I don't know. You know, that'll be a good thing to look up and figure out. So yeah, it's got the year Minnesota became a state, and the little stars, because we're the North Star state, and our monarch is our butterfly, the lady slipper is our flower, and then the Minnesota crosses. But yeah, just I love the colors. So fun. And I'm doing it on the called for fabric, which is the Primitive Hares and Bolin. And this is I believe it's 30 count. Yep. 30 count Bolin linen. Is it called Anne Bolin or just Bolin? Might just be Bolin. So it is a printed fabric, and I don't know if I did that or if that came that way, which is not a big deal because it'll be definitely out of, like, you know, I'll frame this and there's a ton of margin. So, but I'm like, what is that? It's just red. Like, it's not blood, but all right. So a printed fabric, and there she is so far. Oh man. Let's pull it up. I don't know which way to go. Left, right, left, right. Hopefully I'm not like making you guys too dizzy. And I worked on this one maybe like 3 nights, 3 nights, maybe 3 nights, something like that. Because it's 30 count, it just looks like so much more stitching. But if it was 40 count, you know, it's just so much smaller. So it's kind of fun when you do a bigger count, because you feel like you got so much more done, because you do area wise, but it's the same amount of stitch, but it just looks more like bam, you just more impact because it's bigger. So yeah, I still have a lot of her dress, and then the Minnesota crosset. So the lady slipper, really loving this one. So cute. So if you are a Minnesotan, a little Minnesota gal or guy, and this, yep, you can just call Welcome Stitchery up or go on their website and order this one. This one's fun. I don't know if the Primitive Hare has done other states with different businesses, like your LNS, different ones, but that'd be fun. Like if you're into states and collecting states, like every state you went to with the Primitive Hare has made one, to do it. But I've always loved like collecting state things, or the thought of collecting state things. But because my dream is to go like travel with an RV when we retire, and I'll be the lady like collecting all the stickers on the side of her RV that every state I visit. It's like record keeping for that. I don't know. It's interesting and fun for me, and I love that. So I don't know if you guys have a Primitive Hare special release from a different state, let me know, because that'd be fun. I'd like to order a few of some of my favorite states, that like family that's in South Dakota. I'd do like a South Dakota one or something. So, all right, next is plans. So my projected plans, and then there's usually like a random one that just pops in, but for sure I want to start this Cup of Christmas Cheer by Brenda Gervais. This Santa with that pink house, I'm so excited. So I picked up the floss the other day. I was out shopping. I'm going to just do the DMC. I think it only calls for one week's sockeye in the Gentle Arts wood trail, but I think I'm just going to do all DMC. And I haven't decided on the fabric. This is Brenda's Brew by R&R. So I'll just find something dark enough that all this white will pop off. And how cute is that little pom-pom snowman there too? There's snowman, Santa. Santa. And then the next one is the Merry Notes by Shepherd's Bush. We'll be starting that. And I have the called for fabric, which is mocha linen, 32 count. And I have the button pack. So this will get started soon. When I finish Most Wonderful, one of these two will get started right away. Kind of leaning this one, and then that one. I don't need to finish this before I start this one, but have a couple Christmas projects going, and I do have some in my whip pile that I will work on as well. I'm done with fall. I'm in the Christmas mood already. I know it's only the middle of November, but being in Minnesota, the weather is more wintry than fall. Actually, we've had a really mild November, very mild. We've had only snow once, but I don't know. It's just like, it's cool enough where I go out and shop at night. My husband, he has a big shop out there. We watch TV and we start the wood fire out there. So you got the smell of the wood fire and cozy, and yeah, I'm getting wintry vibes more than fall vibes. And so that's what I'm doing. And then also, as soon as I finish November, I will be starting the Prairie Schooler December. And even if I don't finish November, this will get started the 1st of December. So I might be back right around that time. Like, I would come on about every 2 weeks. So either I'll see you the end of November or the very beginning of December again. So this might be started or right around starting. So that's the other plan. So, and then I don't have the chart. I have to get the chart. But the other one I'm starting is the end of November. Like, my friend Leah, we're doing a birthday start for her, and it is Jack's Bash by, oh shoot, I'll have it linked. I'm sure most everybody has heard of Jack's Bash, and she wanted to start that one for her birthday, so we are going to start that one. the end of November, so that's another start. So I'll have 3 starts going, maybe 4, but yeah, I'll have another finish, and I had 2 finishes. So I'm staying, it's like every time I finish something, I'm starting something. I might creep into a few more starts than finishes coming into the end of the year, but maybe not. So, like, there are a few that are very close to being finished that I just need to buckle down and finish up. But I am on track. I had for 2024, my goal was 24 finishes, and I have 2 finishes that need to be, or maybe only 1 now, because I finished, well, as soon as I get the buttons on, then I will consider it a full finish. But I might only have 1 finish left that has to get done to make my 24 goal in 24. So I am on it, people. All right. Haul. I didn't really buy anything, but I do have, I'm going to go through some Happy Mail and haul. Well, Happy Mail. I did not buy any charts. Holy cow, I did not buy anything for 2 weeks. Well, cross stitch related. I've been still shopping. All right, so one Happy Mail, Angela, she made, I believe she made it herself. This cute little card, a little octopus, and a cute, oh no, it's a spider. Yeah, it's a spider. Halloween. And she sent me, so I guess, well, I wore my strawberry shortcake sweater one time, and then one other time I think I mentioned strawberry shortcake, and she's like, I have the perfect fabric, and so she wanted to send me something. She made this adorable little zipper pouch. So it's got strawberry shortcake, and it's just a cute little zipper pouch to put all your little goodies in there, and love it. So cute. Yeah, strawberry shortcake is like, and it's so funny, like when you're an 80s girl and strawberry shortcake, it's like triggers that scratch and sniff in my brain. Like every time I see strawberry shortcake, I want to scratch and sniff, because the dolls were like, you could smell the dolls, and all the stickers back in the day were scratch and sniff stickers. So yeah, I see this and I want to like scratch and sniff. It's like Pavlov's dog. It's just ingrained in me. Yeah, I'm weird. Sorry, people. But if you have watched me enough, you know that I have this little weird, quirky side that I'm not scared to say it. And so my friend Leah, she'd sent me a big box of goodies, and I went through some of them, and I'm just going to go through a few more this time around. Yeah, I'm staying on track. I feel like I'm talking super quickly and hyped up. I don't drink caffeine. I do drink coffee, but it's decaf, because caffeine gives me anxiety, and I can't do any, like, my anxiety can ramp up easily, and I like to just stay calm and peaceful. So I gave up caffeine about 2 years ago, but I've missed the taste and the warm cup of coffee and cream in it, and so I switched to decaf, and it doesn't taste as strong or as good as regular coffee, but it suffices. But I love decaf in the morning with a big chunk of butter and heavy whipping cream, and that's how and some salt. I know people are like, you put salt in your coffee? I'm like, just a little bit on top of the heavy whipping cream. I froth up really good, like use a little handheld zzz, and so it gets frothy. So the heavy whipping cream with the salt and the coffee and the butter, it's like my favorite thing. And don't knock it till you try it someday. If you're like, butter and salt in your coffee, you know, because salt is a enhancer of your food, so it enhances the taste. And so if you love the taste of coffee, it just enhances the flavor even more. All right, and it's not like I pour a bunch in, but yeah. Okay, off the coffee kick. The first one is from Blackberry Lane Designs, and it's Fox in the Hen House. And I will try to angle these good because I don't want to have to take them all out of the package. It's got a little fox and a little hen. And they have them in like a little side by side, but you could do it on one sheet or one fabric, or just little pillows, or like sometimes I've seen companies that have a little box where you could open the box and have it, a picture on each of in the box. So, and then the box just kind of sits upright. So you could do something like that, but that's super cute. We do not have a fox problem here. We have a coyote problem, and we have a hawk and eagle problem. But coyotes have gotten, well, we've seen some coyotes. I have not seen a coyote literally take off with one of my chickens. I've seen a hawk take off with one of my chickens. But my old house, we had a fox. And actually, that fox, we had an outdoor cat. One day, I heard a bunch of weird noise, and I walked through the sliding glass door, and I see my cat jump over our 4-foot cedar fence into the yard and start heading up to the stairs. It's like a deck up high. And then all of a sudden, like right on his tail, a fox jumps over the fence and chases him up. And my cat, and he's chasing him through the yard, and I'm watching, and my cat comes running up and then comes into, I had the sliding glass door open, I was standing there, and comes in, and the fox runs across the deck, and he sees me standing at the open door, and he's just like, "Whoa," and it just kept on running right across, and it was hilarious. Well, because, the cat was fine and could outrun the fox or climb a tree, but I was like, that was such a Tom and Jerry move right there. It was so surreal to watch this fox chasing my cat and then see me and like, meh. All right, there we go. So I should do this one in memory of my poor Louie. He died from other reasons. He did not get eaten by a fox, but all right. Deja Poo. This is from Dirty Annie's. It says, Deja Poo, a feeling that one has seen or heard this crap before. Oh, love that one. Yeah. That one, that would be so funny to give to somebody that you're just tired of their crap when they start on. Yeah. This one is really cute. And I am so usually not drawn to water, lighthouse type things, but this one is adorable. I like them. I mean, I love lighthouses and the designs are pretty, but I just don't find myself drawn to stitch them. But this one, I really am drawn. This is probably one of my favorite lighthouse little things. It's got cute little whales, and this is called Return of the Whales by Chessie and Me. So adorable. Just a small little pillow. Love the lighthouse and the little whale. Yeah, I love the kind of panoramic long design of it too. This one is on my list. Maybe for like summer next year. Super cute. All right. Ooh. Oh. I forgot about this one. This might have to be on this winter's after Christmas. This would be actually a wonderful like January, February start for everyone. When you're done with Christmas designs, but it's still wintry out there, and say you're not a big fan of snowmen, you either love or hate snowmen. I when I'm watching YouTubers, they're like, I'm not a snowman fan, and then there's others that, oh, I love snowmen. I like snowmen. I don't mind. I have one big snowman, and I think they're adorable. So I don't mind stitching white snowmen, but I think some people are just not a big fan of this. So here is a wonderful, this one is Winter on the Square by Scissor Tail Designs. I've never personally heard of them, but like I said, I've only been stitching for a year. So really cute. Love the colors. So wintry, like that beautiful blue. on that fabric. Wow. That one just hit me today. You ever have a chart where you might have it in your stash? Because I looked at this one when I got it. I was like, oh, that's cute. And then all of a sudden I look at it today and I'm like, whoa. Let's see. It's on 28 count platinum linen. And they're small. They're only 47 by 47. And it calls for Classic Colorworks blue beadboard. Or if you did the DMC, it was 37.58. And then there must be some back stitching in there. Or no, there's other colors. Oh no, there's 3 colors and two DMC. So you could do all DMC, or you could do 2 DMC with the blue bead board. Blue. Wow, those are pretty. They're very like Primrose Cottage feel to them. The little design. When did this come out? 2023. So it's only a year old. I just haven't seen anyone do this one. It's designed by Melinda Cole Billum, Scissortail Designs. I might have to look them up and see what else they have, because that is just adorable. Really love them, especially that middle one. You say you like snowman, but you don't want to do a big honking snowman. You could just do that little snowman. Cute. All right. Next one is Sweet Wing Studio Without Ceasing. And it says pray without ceasing. First Thessalonians 5:17. That one's really cute little pillow. Ooh, here's a cute. So Luhu Stitches Spring Chickens. That one's fun too. With the colors and the chickens, the design. Must have a little template in there for you to be able to do like an egg shape. That's cute. All right. Oh, this one's really pretty. The Anniversary by Lila. I think it's Lila. It's not Lila. Lila. L-I-L-A. Lila Studios. Very pretty. So I do have an anniversary start that I started in June that I have not worked on for the last few months. So I need to pull that one out and get that, because my goal is to get that one done by June and then start one every year for our anniversary. Like just have them started. So I could start this one next June. So cute. Aww. And this one is very fitting for me as well. So the one I started has this red brick house, and we live in a red brick house. Little red brick house. How cute. We don't have sheep. We had goats, but I'll be like, babe, we need sheep. I did want to get some sheep, but we just haven't. Oh, and it's got crows. Oh my gosh, this one's perfect for me. And then the Blue Flower Hedgehog and Hyacinths. She sent me. Very cute. My daughter wants a hedgehog. No more animals. Speaking of animals, our guinea pigs, they're so cute. They've gotten huge. I might have to pull them out maybe next time and have them say hi to you. They've gotten so furry. Like, they've got long hair, and the boy, his hair is so much better than her. His is just a thick, dense, and he's white on the side and dark, and then he's got this emo part, and it's kind of like me, you know, like it covers his eye, and he'll be in his cage and he'll move his head and it like covers, and he looks all like an emo, like so stinking cute. I'll have to bring him out next time. All right. Plain and Fancy Collection, Spring Eggs number 6. So that'd be great for the springtime. Super cute. All right. Ooh, the Cricket Collection. And this is called Free Range. Very cute. Eggs. Fresh eggs, which my chickens are, I don't think I've had an egg for a few days now. Whenever we go into winter, their production goes down to almost nothing. Like, they need a ton of daylight, and daylight is coming, like, it's dark around 4 or 5 here, and so they're going to be on strike for most of the winter. I'll get a few eggs here and there, and I just naturally let them, like, in industry eggs, they keep lights on all the time and hens under lights, so they are constantly laying eggs. But naturally, you know, they, if it's dark out, they aren't going to lay with the seasons as well. And so I just let them naturally go. I don't leave a light on and make them lay anymore in wintertime. And like us, we only have so many eggs, and a chicken only has so many eggs. And then after about 2 years, they start really slowing down in production. And most factories will just cull out, you know, 2-year-old layers and get the, you know, they constantly have new hens coming in to keep the production up. So my ladies, when I don't have the lights on all year round, it prolongs their egg production. So I have ladies out there that are 5 years old who still will lay eggs, not every other day, every day. Most of them usually, most hens usually every other day. Sometimes you get, you know, everyday hens, but yeah, I have some out there that are 5 or 6, 7 years old now, and they'll still pop out an egg for me here and there. So yeah, fresh eggs. I cannot believe how much I just keep rambling. I'm a rambler. Now, these two I love. I think they're older. They look like something from the 80s or 90s. Let me see if I can see, like, their date on these guys. Oh, no, leaflet 101. That was 1983. Yeah, copyright 83, early 80s, because they have almost a 70s vibe. So, you know, like those early 80s styles were kind of carrying over from the 70s still, but it's 2 of them. So is it P. Buckley Moss, and this one's called Apple Girl, and then the other one is called Solitary Skater. They're both, I love them. I love the ladies on here and the colors. The color, I mean, that's very 70s coloring for me. Very pretty. Very fall too. This would be a great fall start. I don't know when, maybe next fall I'll do her, like apple season. So cute in her little, like, she looks like a little Laura Ingalls Wilder on the prairie. We live on a prairie. I guess we could call it a prairie out here. All right, and then this winter one, back to Solitary Skater. I could start that one this winter too, in January, February. All the 10,000 Minnesota lakes freeze over. You can go out there and skate. That's one fear I always had as a kid, was falling through the ice. And I remember my mom would take us to this little park. They had, you know, a skating rink and a little warming house. And she never told me, and I never expressed my fear. I always kept that fear to myself of falling through the ice. But we'd go out there and ice skate, and in the very beginning, getting out on the ice, I'd be like, oh, I hope I don't fall through. Well, I didn't know it was like a field that they just like threw water down and created an ice rink. So I would have never been able to fall through because it was ground underneath the ice. But I never expressed that to my mom for her to tell me that it was just a field. So I lived with that fear. So people, if you have a fear, express it to somebody, and they'll be like, oh, it's not even that, and then you will never be scared. All right. And here's a shepherd's bush. This one is angel pie. It's an older, very 80s looking cute. I really like this little band sampler one up here. And, you know, the design still looks relevant to today. It's the curve and this matte. I think the finishing ages it a little bit with that. But if you just had a regular like frame in a, you know, newer frame, that design is still very relevant and cute today. It doesn't look dated. So, and you could change up the colors too, but that one's really cute. All right, Bent Creek Harvest. This would have been a good fall one for me. So maybe next winter, or next fall, I mean. And, ooh, I still could start this one. Gobble by Bent Creek. But I'll probably wait till next year because I'm kind of in the, oh, but how cute is that? Just a little turkey with the, that would go quickly too. No, wait till next year. Because, yeah, there aren't as, compared to Halloween and Christmas, there's so many designs, but Thanksgiving does not get a very big library of designs. So when you see one, you're like, ooh, especially if you see one you like. All right, Love Thy Neighbor from Plum Street Samplers. A really cute one too. All right. So those are, oh, cute little cat on the house. So those are some of the charts that she sent me. Overly generous. Overly generous. Oh, and speaking of overly generous, just today, my the Amazon truck or the UPS truck comes, and my daughter's like, we're not getting anything from Amazon because she's always stocking what we're buying. And I'm like, I don't know. And so I opened it up, and my friend Leah, hi Leah, sent me this. It's cut from Magma Knitting Patterns, or it's from Knitter's Pride is the company. It's the Magma Knitting Pattern Holder. So I know, and I already got cat hair on here, but my stitching group, a couple of the ladies had this, and I was just like, oh, what is that? And so it just, I'm sure a lot of you know all about this, but the ones that don't, like I didn't know, because you can just set it and it's, you know, it sits up, you know, and stays up, and then you just, it's magnetic, and it's got this long magnet and other magnets to hold your thing and hold your pattern to be able to see where you're going. Yeah, I had a flat magnet board, so I had it flat next to me, and I just have to like look up, you know, look at it or bend my head down. This is going to be so great sitting next to me at my chair, and I can just look over like, oh, upright. So happy. Very cute. It's got a little zipper pocket. You know, you can throw like a little pair of scissors in there, extra needles. It has a pen for you if you know you like marking things off. Yeah, great. So next time I head over to my stitching group, which I think is next week, they changed it. Usually we meet on a certain day, but I think we're going to meet a week later. But I'll bring this and I'll be cool like the other ladies at my stitching group. I'll be a cool one too. Thank you, Leah. All right. There we go. That's all stitching stuff. And yeah, thank you so much for stopping by and spending some time with me. Yeah, this was a rambling all over the place mess, and I forgot like a couple charts to bring, but if you have any questions ever, leave them in the comments. I read every comment. I reply to every comment. I love the interaction with you guys. So any questions you have, you know, personal questions, I'm like an open book. I'll sit and tell you all about my life. So you guys can ask me anything personal, or stitch related or anything. Just yeah, I love interacting with you guys and learning about you, because this isn't just a blowhorn for me to be like, hey, everybody, look what I'm doing. Like, I come on here because I feel like we're, can interact when you guys are like, tell me what you're stitching, and um, yeah, just being a little company while we're sitting doing things, like if we don't have friends in person that like to share a hobby, which none of my girlfriends have this, like my local girlfriends, none of them do any of my hobbies. Nothing, no sewing. My sister crochets and that's it. But like other friends, nothing. So it's so great to meet you guys and have this love of this craft together and listen to what you guys are doing. So, all right. Oh, and then one other thing, I'm sorry, before you go, I'll talk more about it next month, but just to throw out there, I'm doing a start along in January, and it is Lila Studios or Lila Studios. I'll have to figure out which one it is, but it's Let Freedom Ring, and I'll be starting that. I was thinking about starting it January 1st, but everybody loves starting like this one special project January 1st. So I was thinking of starting January 4th because it'll give us a year and a half to July 4th of the 250th anniversary of America. So I was thinking the 4th is great. And then, we'll have monthly increments, and we'll just keep it on the 4th. So that's my plan. So if you want to join the start along, stitch along, it'll be a year and a half of Let Freedom Ring, and I will be breaking it up into doable sections. And I already have like a handful of you guys that are like, I want to start. And so I will have more information about that, but it just kind of, if you've been thinking about that, or your first time hearing that, that will be a start for the 250 years of being America. America. Okay. Take care. Have a wonderful week, 2 weeks. Yeah, have a wonderful Thanksgiving, because I probably will see you right after Thanksgiving. So eat lots of turkey and whatever other foods that you like to consume. Eat and be merry. Bye-bye.